Now at 5, students in Joplin return to school today. We'll see who welcomed them back to class. Plus, how a $100,000 grant will help the Peoria tribe provide meals to kids in need. And
Democrats rally around the Harris-Walz ticket as top names speak to the party's future. I'm Skyler Henry in Chicago on day 2 of the DNC.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
While most students in the area went back to school yesterday, students in Joplin returned to class today. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Just a look from outside Soaring Heights Elementary as kids arrived this morning. Teachers and staff welcomed students back with open arms. Also there to greet them, members of the KOAM team and Joplin Police.
Oh, we are so thrilled that the first day of school is finally here. We've been patiently waiting for weeks, preparing our building for our students, and they're finally going to be here, and that's what makes it all worth it.
Administrators tell us 420 students are currently enrolled at Soaring Heights. They expect that number to increase to about 450 by the end of the year. Pitt State hosted a community fair this afternoon where local businesses and organizations got the opportunity to showcase their services and connect with college students. He gave them a...
I am here looking for either like intern positions or like just a lot of social networking, and I'm here to make friends. I'm also here to meet a lot of people from Pittsburgh.
Students also had the chance to get free food and play games at the event. Organizations including local churches, Pizza Hut, military recruitment operations, and more were all in attendance. Nice weather out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it's turned out to be another fantastic day for us today. Temperatures below our average high, which is great. 83 in Joplin, 82 in Pittsburgh. We've had some clouds, had a couple little sprinkles roll through, but in general, pretty quiet for us today. 77 in Stockton, Neosho 81, 83 in Grove, 82 in Miami. Pittsburgh sitting at 82, Neodesha at 84 degrees. Through the evening, 80s, 70s, 60s. Another fantastic evening as we drop back into lower 60s later on tonight. All right, clouds, random sprinkles we had earlier. These are gone. Now across central parts of Missouri heading away from us. And our temperatures stay nice over the next couple days. Let's go into your Wednesday. Still highs, mid 80s. Even on Thursday, high temperatures mainly into the mid 80s. But those hotter temperatures will start to work in. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. The Peoria tribe in Miami says a new grant of more than $100,000 will increase access to organic and healthy foods for students in their early childhood program. The grant will help fund a new garden where they can grow organic food and purchase produce from local sources. It'll also be educational and teach kids about the process of growing plants while encouraging them to disconnect from screens.
Studies show that ongoing pesticides are not healthy for children. It's just really difficult to do with huge farms. And so by being able to buy from local farmers, we can avoid all of that and hopefully improve the health outcomes of the children that consume the food here.
The Woodland Academy serves between 60 and 100 meals per day. Joplin Police Department today introduced 2 new officers to its force, canine officers. The 2 new police dogs, Max and Bolt, showcased their abilities with these live demonstrations. Their handlers also answered questions about how the canines will be used. It's day 2 of the Democratic National Convention, and today's theme is, quote, a bold vision for America's future. Former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are both scheduled to speak. Skyler Henry is in Chicago with the latest.
Here in Illinois, we know a thing or two about electing presidents.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker looked to fire up delegates ahead of his speech this evening at the Democratic National Convention.
If we fight hard enough, in 77 days, we're going to send Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House.
Last night saw President Biden pass the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris.
I felt that Joe Biden had given 52 years of great service to his country, and passing the baton on was very emotional and energizing for us.
Tonight, former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama are both scheduled to take the stage.
I'm looking forward to Michelle Obama. She's our idol, my idol.
As well as former Trump White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham, joining other Republicans speaking this week.
We're reaching across the aisle. Already, we are seeing Donald Trump lose support from his own party, including those who know him the best.
While the party gathers in Chicago, Vice President Harris and Governor Tim Walz are scheduled to campaign in Milwaukee. We caught up with a couple of young delegates from Wisconsin.
I'm surprised you guys aren't hanging out with the folks in Milwaukee today. Y'all are...
I know, don't get me started on that. I was so sad because I really wanted to go.
There will also be a ceremonial roll call of states to make Harris the party's nominee. Democrats formally nominated her in a virtual roll call earlier this month. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Chicago.
Now, convention organizers moved up the start time of tonight's program and made other changes after last night's program ran way behind schedule. Former President Donald Trump was in the battleground state of Michigan today, day 2 of counter-programming to the Democrats' convention. He's in the middle of a battleground state blitz, one of his biggest campaign weeks this year. Over the next few days, he's scheduled to hold events in North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada. The former president's running mate, J.D. Vance, is campaigning in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Israeli leaders have accepted a proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza. That's according to Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is in the region. He says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu endorsed a U.S. plan intended to bring Israel and Hamas to a final agreement. Yesterday, Blinken urged Hamas leaders to accept it and end the fighting. But one Hamas official told CBS News they, quote, didn't receive any new proposals.
Just last week, the president put forward a proposal with Qatar and with Egypt to try to bridge the gaps that remain between the parties so that we could get agreement to what the president put out there a couple of months ago. In a very constructive meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu today, he confirmed to me that Israel accepts the bridging proposal, that he supports it.
Meanwhile, today, Israel's army says it recovered the bodies of 6 hostages held by Hamas since its deadly attack on October 7th. Still ahead, protecting yourself from pests.
Mosquito season is getting longer, increasing concern about disease. I'm Natalie Brand with what doctors say you need to know and how you can protect yourself.
Plus, how you can help your child prevent injuries in sports as school returns to session. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, sprains, strains, and broken bones. Typical injuries athletic trainers see every year. As the fall sports season gears up, so do concerns about keeping our young athletes safe. The Junior Dragons Youth League puts a big focus on hydration and teaches kids proper tackling techniques to prevent concussions. But as in any sport, injuries can always happen. Allison Reed is the manager of sports medicine for Mercy Joplin in Southeast Kansas communities. Her best advice for any athlete is to properly stretch and condition.
Oh, stretching is for sure important. Dynamic stretching, to begin with, and definitely a good cool down. That will definitely help.
But if you don't do it with the right technique, then that ups your chances of getting injured. So you want to make sure that, like, for example, one of the techniques that they're going to teach them is to tackle with their head up.
Tonight at 6, we're going to meet a 6th grader who's ready to get back on the field after a broken bone sidelined him last year. Today is World Mosquito Day, bringing attention to mosquito-borne illnesses. Scientists say the warming climate means a longer mosquito season, which could increase the risk of disease. Natalie Brand looks at some ways you can protect yourself.
This park is buzzing with a common pest.
They've been definitely more aggressive than they have been in the past. As you can see, he's scratching.
Mosquitoes preying on children, pets, and adults.
It's hard to even come out to the park and play.
Climate researchers say the warming weather is prolonging the number of mosquito days across the U.S.
Every day when we go to that park, I will come home with at least 4 or 5 bites.
The bite's not just uncomfortable, but can pose health risks. The CDC issued an alert this summer about dengue virus, with some local cases in Florida. And human cases of West Nile virus, the leading cause of mosquito-borne illness, have been reported in 30 states this year so far.
Mosquitoes are bad this summer.
I can just tell you my personal experience, they're everywhere.
Dr. Glenn Wortman with MedStar Washington Hospital Center says while the risk of getting sick is still lower in the United States, the best prevention is to avoid getting bitten.
What should parents be doing to keep their kids safe?
You want to look around, see if there's standing water around your own house. The mosquitoes don't need much. It could be a toy in your yard, an old tire, anything with standing water in it the mosquitoes can lay eggs in.
The CDC also suggests covering your arms and legs if you're going to be outside at dusk and choosing an insect repellent with EPA-registered ingredients such as DEET or picaridin, and wash it off when you return inside. These moms are ready for mosquito season to bug off. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The infectious disease specialist says you should talk to your pediatrician about what kind of repellent to use on a baby under 6 months. Humans on a molecular level age in 2 major boosts. That's according to a new study published in the journal Nature Aging. Researchers say people don't actually age gradually. Instead, most molecules in the body, including proteins and RNA, show accelerated changes at the ages of 44 and 60. A self-adjusting brain pacemaker could help treat symptoms related to Parkinson's disease. That's according to a new study by the National Institutes of Health. The implanted device, regulated by the body's brain activity, could provide continual and improved treatment for symptoms like involuntary movements. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines move one step closer to a merger.
Plus, our nice temperatures sticking around for at least a couple more days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be another nice one for us today. Temperatures fantastic across the region. Most of us mid-80s of 4 highs. We've had some clouds kind of rotate through. It looks good right now. A nice shot of our indigo sky. Casino and Resort Tower Cam just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, temperatures over the past couple days. Look at this, mid-80s yesterday. Again today, mid-80s, 4 highs. Our average high is 90, so anything below that we'll definitely take, especially in the last third of the month of August. Let's go outside. 79 Nevada, 81 in Monette. Bentonville 81, Miami 82, Chanute 84, Independence is sitting at 84. 7th and Rangeline currently sitting at 83. Easterly winds at about 10 miles per hour. Through the evening, if you are going to be outside, we slide back through the 80s, 70s, 60s, all the way down into lower 60s later on tonight. So it's going to be very comfortable. And our temperatures over the next 2 days in general stay very comfortable before we start to see some changes. So let's look at it. Here's tomorrow morning, low to mid 60s, partly sunny skies through the day, near 80 by noon. And I think most of us 84, 85 degrees for an afternoon high. You can see 80 in Nevada, 85 Bella Vista, 86 in Welch, Chanute 83 degrees. Tomorrow night, we're going to stop at about 6 a.m. on Thursday morning. Again, pretty much clear skies, low to mid 60s. As we work through the day, partly cloudy skies, maybe a notch or 2 warmer, about 85, 86, 87 degrees. So overall, Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures are looking fantastic. Day planner for you Wednesday, 64 to start, 78 by noon. High temp, 86 degrees, so it looks like another great day. We did have some clouds earlier today and even a couple random little sprinkles. These are gone, rolling out across south central parts of Missouri. And if we look out toward the west, still big dome of high pressure. Now, this is slowly going to build in as we get toward the weekend. So the end result means our temperatures are going to start to heat up. So let's go through the rest of the week. Watch it slowly meanders its way a little bit closer to us. Now, we're still getting these weak waves that rotate around the area of high pressure, so we will have chances for hit and miss storms kind of starting back up by the time we head into the weekend. High pressure stays in charge early next week and then slowly breaks down as we go through the week, and that will give us additional chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. But with that area of high pressure building in, our temperatures are going to warm up a bit. Not extreme heat, but a little bit hotter. All right, so by Friday, we're back into the mid-90s. By Saturday morning, a few scattered thunderstorms and a few popping up late in the day. Temperatures again, mainly into the mid-90s. As we go into Sunday morning, another chance for some scattered thunderstorms. These aren't rainouts. These are just scattered thunderstorms, and then Sunday afternoon back into the mid-90s. We may increase it a little bit, 95, 96 by Monday, but at least it's not extreme heat, but it's definitely hotter than what we have seen. 86 for us tomorrow, 87 on Thursday, 92 on Friday, 95 Saturday. Again, that's hot. It's not extreme heat. Then we hang out between about 90 and 95 as we go through next week. And tonight at 6, we'll look at the long range forecast and see what the beginning and the middle of September is looking like.
I have a suspicion. I haven't looked,
okay,
but I know history. But we'll see. We'll find out tonight.
Okay.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, if you're on the hunt for a new job, we're going to have tips to avoid getting scammed by fake employers. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines cleared a major regulatory hurdle in their plan to merge. An overnight deadline passed for the Department of Justice to file a lawsuit to block it following a regulatory investigation. The nearly $2 billion deal was announced in December. The DOJ opened its review in February. The Canadian owner of Circle K convenience stores has made a bid to buy Japanese-owned 7-Eleven. If the deal goes through, it would be the biggest foreign takeover of a Japanese company on record and the largest cross-border acquisition in 2024. In a statement, 7&I Holdings, which is the operator of 7-Eleven, confirmed it had received an offer from Circle K's owner to acquire all of its outstanding shares. Job scams are on the rise. The Identity Theft Resource Center says employment scams rose 118% just last year. The FBI says they cost people more than $70 million in 2023 alone. Senior consumer investigative correspondent Anna Werner has tips to keep you safe.
Experts say criminals are using artificial intelligence to send text messages with job offers claiming to pay hundreds of dollars a day for remote work. But before you start, they'll need sensitive personal information like your social security number. Experts say it's a scam. According to the Better Business Bureau, text messages will say things like, "We offer a job that takes only 30 minutes a day," or they'll post phony listings on job search websites like LinkedIn or Indeed. The job could be anything from reshipping products to selling things to people you know. It'll include phrases like being your own boss, setting your own schedule, and beware if you're being asked for money up front. They may send an invoice for advance payment of on-the-job equipment, certificates, or job training with the promise they'll reimburse you. Scammers often ask for that personal information to fill out things like employment paperwork. It's all to steal your money and your identity, so beware. Anna Werner, CBS News, New York.
More than half of all Fortune 500 companies now consider AI a risk factor. That's according to a Forbes report that looks at an Arise AI survey. Shows about 56% of the businesses flag the technology as a concern. That's up from it's up more than 400% from the previous year. A final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, more on what to expect for the second night of the DNC. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on that grant helping the Peoria tribe provide more healthy options for meals for kids in need. Plus, Pitt State hosts a job fair as students return to campus, and the Colgan Panthers look to repeat last year's undefeated regular season. We're going to check in on their second practice of the year. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. For the first time, a bar of gold is worth a cool $1 million. The price of gold rose more than $2,500 per troy ounce on Friday. That's the first time it's reached or exceeded that price more than it had before. That means a gold bar weighing 400 troy ounces is worth more than $1 million. Yeah, more than $25 per troy ounce. And an important note, not all gold bars weigh that much. A troy ounce is a unit of measurement used to weigh precious metals.
I need to find me a gold bar somewhere in the yard laying around.
Yeah. Good luck with that. I wouldn't bet on it. The weather, real quick.
All right, temperatures look great the next couple days. 86 tomorrow.
See you at 6. Let's make it a great evening.